And welcome back to Dwayne and Nadia's Food, Travel, and Fun. Very quick dessert for you today, but I figure it's the right time of the year for quick desserts. It's the holiday season upon us, and it's time to learn how to make some no-bake peanut butter pie. Now, this is a easy pie to make. You might find it easier to do it this way than to do it the traditional way, because I'm actually going to use a pre-made graham cracker crust. This is the 10-inch size crust. I have 1 cup of peanut butter, which I'm going to soften in the microwave. I'm going to use 1 bar, 16 ounces of regular cream cheese, an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and I have some odds and ends left over from Halloween, so I have some Reese's cups that I'm going to chop into some bits and then decorate the top of the pie with. So first up, just so that we can get ourselves all situated here, I'm going to soften the cream cheese. And I'm going to soften the cream cheese in the microwave. So I'm going to put it in a, plastic microwavable cup and do it that way. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can choose to use or to buy the, I guess it's called the whipped cream cheese. And if you leave it at room temperature for a little bit, you might not have to soften it at all. But I really like when I make things or bake things with the real cream cheese. I find the whipping process adds a lot more air, and it doesn't have as much creaminess at the end of the day. All right, so I have the bar of cream cheese in my microwavable container, and I have 1 cup of, 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. You can use any brand. I am using Skippy. And I'm going to put both of these, the cream cheese and the peanut butter, in the microwave, and I'll be right back. While that is microwaving, and I put it in for about a minute and 20 seconds or so, I am going to take and open this graham cracker crust. It actually comes with a lid, so you want to probably try to be as careful as possible when you're lifting up on the foil edges so that you can save the lid. You can remove the paper, and there's always 2 little blobs of that glue that comes off in strips. You might want to do that. All right, so we have a lid to use after we're done with our pie. So let's go check on that cream cheese, and let's check on the peanut butter. Okay, I am back. So my peanut butter is now totally liquefied, and my cream cheese is also softened. So I have a nice sized bowl, and don't worry, I'll give you a close-up once I'm done putting all this stuff together. I am going to quickly take the softened cream cheese and throw it, well, not throw it, I'm going to spoon it into my mixing bowl. I'm going to try to get every bit of it here, every bit of it. This is really going to make it taste so good. All right, Now that I have my cream cheese, softened cream cheese in the bowl, I am very carefully going to add my liquid 1 cup of melted peanut butter right to the cream cheese, right over the cream cheese. This is just so easy to make and so delicious. No baking involved. After we're done putting this all together, it's basically a trip to the refrigerator for a couple of hours. There goes the 1 cup of melted peanut butter into the bowl with 1 bar of cream cheese. Okay, cream cheese and peanut butter. Next up, 1 cup of powdered sugar. And now I'm going to start combining these elements. And because the peanut butter is so soft and the cream cheese is also soft, it does not take too much effort to really turn this into something really nice. And I'll give you a close-up as soon as I'm finished getting this incorporated. Here we go. Wow, the smell of peanut butter, I just love it. You don't have to use a mixer. You can if you want to. I suppose that'll make it a little faster, but I've often found that some of these recipes like this, you're just as good combining everything and using, you know, a good spoon. The important thing to do here is not to let the sugar clump up and to make sure you don't leave any little lumps of sugar in your thing here. It will end up having a ball-like texture like that. I can smell the cream cheese and peanut butter now. To this, I have some pure vanilla extract. This is actually the good stuff that Wayne and I bought on a trip to Mexico, and we want to use 1 teaspoon. Here is my teaspoon. There we go. 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And I'm stirring it up. Wow, the vanilla adds a completely different aroma to the base here. And you have a very concentrated mix of peanut butter, cream cheese, and sugar. That's what it looks like. Now, you can certainly make your own whipped cream, or you can use Cool Whip, or use any other type of whipped cream. You're going to use this whole container and you're going to fold it in. So I'm going to put it over the top and then slowly combine it with my peanut butter cream cheese mix in here. So I'm just going to use the whole thing. I'm going to add those 2 big huge amounts first, and fold it in. And fold it in. I'm lifting from the bottom so that the whipped cream starts to fold into and create a new texture with the peanut butter. And the volume, of course, is going to increase, as it should. Did I just make a mess? No. Okay. And I'm still taking it from the sides and folding it in by lifting, especially from the bottom. You want the cream to totally incorporate into this. And now I'm going to scrape the inside that's left here. I want to make sure I use all of it. Folding in the cream. It's going to lighten the color, and it's going to definitely ease up the density, of course, of the pie itself, making it much more mousse-like, if you think about it. What you want to look for is a uniform color. See, right now you can still see that some parts are more peanut butter colored and some parts are more white. I'm really going to use my spoon and a little bit of elbow grease to incorporate this. Here I go. Now I'm going a little faster so I can even out. I've gotten most of it folded in. Still have a little bit of whipped cream on the edges where you can see the white, which is what I'm trying to work on next. I'm going to scrape that whipped cream from the sides and fold it in. Continue to fold it in. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, this might have been faster using my KitchenAid, but it really just comes together so quickly that I didn't think. All right, I'm making sure I'm getting all the rest of that cream. Well, this is fake cream. I'm using Cool Whip, so there we go. And now I'm just going to give it a big faster in both directions to kind of get rid of any of those striations of color, so that it is very uniform. And it's a beautiful shade of like a, almost like a light mocha-ish color. And here we go. Hey, I'll show you this close up. All right, so and here I am. I'm going to show you what this looks like now, close up. That's the color you're looking for. I might give it another stir or two, and then we're going to put it inside of the pie crust. All right, so there we have it. A couple more for good measure. Just any last remnants of just cream. And it's ready for the pre-made graham cracker crust. I think this would also taste good if you bought the chocolate pre-made crust, also made by Keebler. They just happen to not have any at the store where I bought these. All right, so this should make enough to fill this pie crust. And if I see any spots of white that haven't been incorporated into, this is a good opportunity to give it a couple more stirs and fold in a little bit more of that cream. Okay, here we go. Actually going to use one of these clean spoons to take it off of the spatula. Time to smooth. I don't know, maybe this pie crust is actually a little bigger than it needed to be for this amount. I think I could have actually maybe had another 30 or 40% volume here. So the next step, now that I have everything in my crust, smells awesome, is to put it in the fridge and probably let it go for about 2 hours. All right, we'll pick up right where we're leaving off. I'm going to put this into the fridge, and I'll catch you later when I decorate it. All right, so we're back. It's been a couple of hours. I just took the peanut butter pie out of the refrigerator, and I was going to put whipped cream on it, but then I checked my freezer, and I said, you know what? I have another one. And let's keep things consistent, because I used this as the cream factor that also went into the peanut butter layer. And as mentioned before, these are peanut butter cups that I have smashed up to decorate the top. So the only thing left to do here, really, take off these glasses because I don't need them to read, is to put an extra layer of cream on top. It's still a little hard, but I think I can smooth it out. Like I said, it was in the freezer, so I'll take from the edges first, but you kind of get the idea. I'm just making a whipped cream layer on top. Like that. Bringing it right over to the edges of the pie crust. I'm actually doing the edges first because I want to make sure those are covered. Like that. Yeah, so this is smelling amazing. Let me move this around a little bit because it was in the freezer, and even though I took it out while the pie was actually in the fridge cooling, I want to make sure it's smooth enough to spread. There, that should be pretty good. All right. I don't know how much I'll need, but I'll use the whole container if that's what it takes. Doesn't have to be put on too fancy, but you do want to make it look somewhat pretty and smooth, and pat it down and cover the edges there. And get right to the edge. All right, another blob of whipped cream. Well, actually, It's funny because it's Cool Whip is called a whipped topping. So I don't know how much cream is actually in here, probably very little. But call me crazy. Well, not actually, no, I'm not crazy. It's tasty. I'm sure it's not as awesome as, you know, real cream when you beat it yourself and do all that, but I'm looking for a quick dessert here. And you can pull this together if you just have like, what, 10 minutes for the pie filling. And you buy these things ahead of time to kind of plan and prepare. There you go. It's almost done. I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit more and cover more of this pie crust on the edge. I like to leave the top a little decorated with swerves of the spatula or spoon, whatever you're using to spread the whipped cream. Circular motion here, make it look really pretty. And there you have it. Now, to decorate, I just put some of these chopped up Reese's peanut butter cups on top. Chocolate and peanut butter, two great tastes, as the commercial used to say when I was growing up, right? Because I used a graham crust, this will give it the chocolate that the peanut butter is looking for. It's delicious, great taste partnership. So here I go. And it's just been one of those days, folks. Dwayne and I decorating our house for the holidays. We're having a big Thanksgiving bash. We're also going to be going away, and you'll probably see it, you know, on our channel in the future, in December for 2 weeks on a cruise. So there's a lot that we're trying to do ahead of time, and this is going to be beautiful as a dessert on any table. It was easy to pull together. You know, sometimes people leave comments, you used a pre-made crust, you used something that was canned. I'm like, yep, I did. Yeah, sometimes you just don't have the time to do everything from scratch. I'm Media, I'm not Martha Stewart. So this is a pie that's ready to go. And let's slice into it and see what it tastes like. So here is my peanut butter pie. And I'm just going to take a tiny little slice, just a tiny little sliver, because I'm going to put it back in the fridge and kind of let even this top layer set a little bit. But I do want to take a little smidge of this on camera, a very tiny little bite. Here we go. And happy to say that the actual layers of peanut butter and cream and everything did set very nicely. So let's see what this tastes like. It's fantastic. You can't ask for anything better. It was so easy to make with most things that we have around the house. It's light. The layer that I made first, that I incorporated the cream cheese, peanut butter, and the sugar, is so light and not overly sweet. That cream on top even adds to the smooth, moussey-like deliciousness. There are actually some people that might say this is probably not as sweet as they would like it. I love it the way it is. So that's it, folks. A quick dessert that you can make anytime this holiday season. With most things you can just pick up. And really, with 15 minutes of time, then a couple of hours, put it in the fridge, it'll be ready for your guests. So that's it, and we'll catch you next time. Dwayne and Nidia, food, travel, and fun. And if you like our content, please subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll catch you on the next one.